So if you're using AI in your business, chances are you might be asking one single model to do, well, way too much. Today, we're going to talk about a much more powerful approach, moving beyond that single model and actually building an entire team of AI specialists. Let's start by looking at the problem with the whole one AI fits all idea. First things first, let's talk about the core problem. Imagine you hire one employee and you ask them to handle sales, customer support, marketing, and project management all at the same time. I mean, that sounds kind of crazy, right? But that's pretty much what a lot of businesses are doing with their AI. And that leads you right into this classic trap. You end up with an AI that's a jack of all trades, but a master of absolutely none. It gets bogged down trying to switch between all these different contexts, different skills, and different goals. This whole one-size-fits-all thing just creates a system that's totally overloaded and inefficient. You get slow responses, inaccurate answers, and it just doesn't have the deep expertise you need for any one task. Clearly, that's not going to work long-term. So what's the alternative? Well, the better way is a complete paradigm shift. Instead of one overworked generalist AI, we're talking about building an entire team of AI agents, where each one has a very specific, specialized role. The change in thinking here is actually pretty simple, but it's also profound. We're moving away from the old way, one AI trying to juggle everything, to the new way, a dedicated team of specialists. And this is really the foundation of what you'd call a multi-agent architecture. And don't think small here. This isn't just a minor tweak. The vision is massive. We're talking about giving organizations the power to deploy and manage hundreds or even thousands of AI agents at scale. The whole point is to make sure every single need in the business is met with total precision. So how does this actually work in the real world? How do you go about building and managing an effective team of AI agents? It really all comes down to a few core principles. Building a high-performing AI team really just boils down to three simple but really powerful rules. And honestly, they're pretty similar to how you'd build a great human team. You define their job, you give them the right tools, and then you train them to be experts. Let's break each of those down. Okay, first up, you have to define a clear role. Just like with people, each AI agent gets a specific job title, like AI sales agent or AI support agent. This is huge because it immediately clarifies its purpose and makes sure its behavior is always specialized. No more inefficient context switching. Rule number 2 is all about assigning specific skills. You wouldn't give every employee in your company access to every single tool. Same logic applies here. A support agent gets the live chat tool, a marketing agent gets email tools. This keeps each agent lean, mean, and effective. And finally, rule number 3, focused training. Each AI agent gets its own set of manuals, its own custom knowledge base with only the data it needs to do its job. This is how you transform a generalist model into a true domain expert, which leads to way more accurate and relevant answers. Okay, so we've seen how to build the team. But why does it actually matter? What are the real, tangible benefits for a business when they take this specialized multi-agent approach? The first and maybe most obvious benefit is you just reduce the overload. Instead of one AI getting slammed with every single user query, the workload gets spread across your entire team of specialists. And that, of course, leads to much, much quicker response times. And the result of that is pretty dramatic. When you have faster, more accurate responses coming from specialized agents, that directly leads to a way better user experience. User satisfaction climbs significantly when customers feel like they're talking to an expert, not just a generalist. The second big win is all about being agile. With a multi-agent system, each agent has its own independent lifecycle. What that means is you can update or retrain your AI sales agent without ever taking your AI support agent offline. This cuts down your risk and downtime like you wouldn't believe. And third, this whole approach is just built for growth. As your business expands, maybe you add new product lines or enter new markets, you don't have to go back and retrain your entire AI system. Nope, you just create and deploy new specialized agents to handle those new jobs. It's a truly scalable solution. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to performance. By focusing each agent on one specific thing, you get these huge measurable improvements across the board in accuracy, in speed, and in relevance. And that, of course, means a better return on your AI investment. Now, building the team is one thing, but managing it effectively, especially when you start to scale up, is a whole other challenge. This is where good governance and systematic management become absolutely critical.
A multi-agent approach gives you really granular control over your whole AI workforce. You get isolated life cycles, which means you can make risk-free updates to one agent without affecting any of the others. You get flexible permissions, so you can control exactly who on your team can build, edit, or own which agents. And you get targeted reporting, which gives you specific performance data to see exactly what's working and what isn't.
And this really gets to the core of the mindset shift. It's time to stop thinking of AI as a single monolithic tool and start seeing it as a workforce. A workforce that needs to be managed systematically and efficiently, from the moment an agent is created to the moment it's retired. So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. You would never run your entire company with just one person, right? You build teams of specialists. So why should your approach to AI be any different?